Hey guys, Roni here from GreenLiteBites. I have a reader question that I wanted to get to that I thought would be really fun to do in a video. The question is from Tennille, and Tennille says, the pictures on your blog always turn out so great. What kind of camera do you have? Well, first of all, Tennille, I want to thank you for the compliment. I'm really sensitive about my photography. I don't have any training. I don't think I'm very good at it. I think I'm getting better. But I do enjoy it. I think food photography is super, super fun. One day maybe I'll take an actual class and learn something. But I thought I would show you and give you a little history about GreenLiteBites and cameras. Originally when I started GreenLiteBites, and even when I used to do food postings on my other blog, Roni's Way, I was using my point and click, which was this one. It's by Kodak. They don't make it anymore, at least not this one. I'm sure they make a new version. It was a 4 megapixel. It's a 4 megapixel, standard digital camera. It's a pretty big one. I like to hold a camera, right? So that's why I got this model. It has a 10x zoom, which is one of the reasons why I think it's so big. And it actually took pretty good pictures. And I think that you can take really good pictures with a point and click, especially like still life pictures where you're not worrying about action or trying to capture a specific moment because the food is just sitting there. So I don't think you need to invest in a lot of camera equipment if you don't want to, if it's not something that you're really interested in. Most cameras, including this one, and this one is, it's like 7 years old, and I was using it up till a year ago, have a macro setting. This one's up here. You'll see a little flower. I don't know if you can make that out in the video, but that's a macro setting. So when you're doing close-up food photos for your blogs, or for any reason, generally you want to be on that setting, and most point and clicks have that setting. Now, me being now a professional blogger, I thought I should invest in a real camera, especially because I'm very interested in photography. It's something that I've always wanted to dabble in, but just never, even before there was digital, I was fascinated by it. Like I said, I'm not very good, but I thought it was about time. I was making some money on the blogs that I can invest in a real camera. Now this is a Canon DSLR. It's the Rebel T1i, which I bought last year, actually around this time. So I've been using this camera on GreenLiteBites for the past year, I think since last November. You can actually tell if you go to my food photos or recipes by photo page, because the aspect ratio of this is different than this one, so all of a sudden my pictures got longer. And I didn't feel like correcting it, so I just leave it out there. So the real major difference between this camera and a typical, and this is the layman's term, so just take it with a grain of salt, but between this and a point click is that this one will allow you to shoot immediately. When you press the button, you take a photo. Unlike a point and click where you take a button and then like a second later you take a photo, which is really huge, especially when when I'm taking pictures of my son and that kind of thing. This is the standard lens that came with it. Now, I actually plan on investing in a macro lens soon. I'm taking all the photos with the typical lens. I don't know much about lenses and 55 millimeter and different kind of millimeters and all of that. I depend on reading other people's blogs that educate me about that, and also the guy at Ritz Camera to tell me about it. So I do plan on getting a special lens that's made for close-ups, but for now, this one's been working just fine. I will say a few tips on taking photography or taking photos of food is the ones that I love the best of my own photos are always the ones that I took in natural light when it's the middle of the day and I have sun shining in the window and I can position the food in a way where I'm not getting direct sunlight on it like a beam, but I have all of that natural light around it. And in these cameras you can set what's called a white balance, and there's actually a setting for sunlight. And those, when I have that setting set correctly and the sun is out and I'm taking photos with natural light, those are by far the best pictures. You could probably tell when I cook it late at night, my photos aren't as good because I'm taking pictures just with the fluorescence I have in the kitchen or whatever. I actually do plan on investing in some, not flashes, but some lighting, so that in the winter, especially when I'm cooking and it's dark by 5 o'clock, that I can actually have decent photos for the blog. But again, this is what I'm doing professionally now, so it's something that I think is worth the investment. So there you have it, Neil. I use the Canon Rebel. I'm a big fan. I love it. I actually can't wait to learn more about it. I've been fiddling with a lot of things, settings and such, and over the past year have gotten fairly proficient with it. I still have some trouble. I find it's a lot of camera. it's a lot of things to learn, but definitely fun. So I hope that helps. I will leave links to both the cameras that I use underneath the video if you're interested in checking them out. And if I get any new equipment, I will do a new video or talk about it on the blog, and then that way, as I learn, you guys can learn. So I hope that helps, Neil. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will answer them in the comments. Bye, guys.